So July 27th, I think. Let's do a quick checkup on the fig propagation here. They're all growing really well. And potatoes are doing okay. Nothing like the ones up on the farm though, huh? In that native clay soil. Remember how much I talk about how great clay is? We're going to go take a look at the farm potatoes. You'll see a massive difference. Beets are coming along nice, recovering well, perking up good. That turmeric is taking off, and that amaryllis bulb, or amaryllis bulb is doing okay. We'll see what that turns into. I have no idea what that's going to do. I think one of the biggest problems people have growing ginger is just lack of patience. We live in this fast-paced world, and we get so used to things happening instantaneously. And I'm probably one of the most guilty people of this when it comes to interacting with computers and phones and stuff. I expect it right now. But the natural world definitely does not work that way. And ginger is an excellent example of that. It's very slow to germinate, but it will do well once it gets going. Be patient. Lemon verbena is doing pretty well. Took a few sprigs of this to Marty today so he could make some tea with it. And I took in that little plant that I showed you out of the last video, or one of the last videos. And that's doing well up there. And this is a jalapeno pepper plant. And it's actually starting to recover now and start to put on some flowers and growth. It's had better conditions and some love. And I'll bet that red jalapeno on there is smoking hot. So I'll have to figure out something to do with that. I have not eaten as much hot stuff as I used to. Kind of got to work my way back up the capsaicin scale. I guess I can't forget the south side. Can't forget the King Arthur peppers, which were kind of slow and struggling before, but they seem to be stabilizing and taking off nice now. And we can see some explosive growth coming on the bottom of those. I suspect we might have a little too much potassium, which is probably why we're seeing such stem growth and growth, speed of growth. So I think I need to get some calcium down on these. From Advancing Eco-Agriculture, listening to their podcasts and listening to John Kempf speak about different nutritional management practices, especially regarding tomatoes and peppers. He almost always mentions how peppers actually require more calcium than tomatoes. They prefer more of a calcium balance over potassium, whereas tomatoes can take a lot more potassium. So it's something I've become aware of over time, and so now I get to tune how I manage these plants a little better. Now that I have that knowledge, I have to learn to integrate that knowledge into my soil and management system, and that's something I have not mastered yet. So here's a chance for me to do that, and this video certainly will remind me to follow up on that. All right, so Friday, June 27th. Just up here at the farm, just pulled in. Potato plants are looking fantastic. Rows are looking nice and healthy. I see some buckwheat starting to germinate here. Not all of it yet, but little bits and pieces here. Where I threw down the cover crop around the potatoes. So that's excellent. That'll help protect these soils pretty quickly and give us some soil armor and some growing, living green plants. So we can be always using photosynthesis to build soils. The whole system, remember, it always hinges on photosynthesis. No photosynthesis, no energy in the soil, no soil building, no soil health. Looking pretty good. I see some moisture down here in the lower trench, so I don't think we're too bad. We've had a bit of like rainy, cloudy kind of weather, but no real rain out of it. So not a lot of moisture gained from it, but it is what it is. And that is a pokeweed, if you don't know. When they get going, they're really hard to get rid of. So I probably should come through here and do some weeding. So that was the south end of the row. first 15 or 20 feet of that soil is not quite as nice as up in here. And it was obvious when I was disking it and forming it up. You could see this is much darker, happier, healthier soil. And these plants show it. They're massive. They're popping flowers. And they're going to be developing tubers soon. I haven't received it yet, but should have plant sap sample test kits in, I would think today or tomorrow. And then I'll be able to take that plant sap test early next week. I guess probably try and take that Monday afternoon and get it shipped Monday afternoon so it can be there before noon on Tuesday, so it can go from the lab in Ohio to the lab in the Netherlands to get the plant sap test done. So this plant sap test thing is there's a bit of a bottleneck on the shipping, the transit, and there's a bit of a crunch on, you have to have a fresh plant sap sample. We're not doing tissue analysis here. They're actually taking sap from the leaves of the plant, and we take a sample of the new leaves and the old leaves, and then we can compare, where we're at right now, where we were at, and that gives us a much better picture of whether we're progressing in a positive direction or a negative direction from a nutritional balance standpoint. So that's the basics of it. Well, here we are up at that block that I cover cropped, and our cover crop is coming in. Buckwheat starting to germinate and show up. That's nice to see. And you can see how uneven it is to spread by hand. You can see big patches here where I was trying to cast, and you hit a close scatter on the ground. But between trying to spread it as evenly as I could and disking it in to help both spread it out and set the seed, it looks like it's come out pretty well. All right, well, here's another view from the other end. So that looks pretty good for now. Not too bad. So let's go have a look-see at ginger, turmeric, tomatoes, tarragon, etc. This tarragon coming along. Tomatoes are off the hook, and knock that over. Oh cow. I mean, yeah. Turmeric and ginger are trying to come through. Definitely don't have as much moisture as I would like to have for those. Holy basil is cranking. Just cranking. Absolutely cranking. It's formed a very nice hedgerow around the tomatoes. Lots of flowers set. Plenty of seed for next year, which is nice. And you can see the turmeric hiding here in the background, in the back line, working its way up. It won't be long before these will start throwing those huge leaves up out over everything. It's gonna look pretty cool. And you can see they're doing much better now. They're hiding amongst other plants that aren't necessarily as appealing to the deer or rabbits or everybody who's chewing on everything, right? And I guess it looks like it's deer, because there we have some big deer footprints, and this is where we see ongoing chewing damage. So maybe I'll come back up here and throw a little more blood meal down, help repel them, and maybe I'll come have a little campfire or something one of these nights and just make some smoky smell and some noise and just make it feel more lived in for them, so to speak. So I guess we'll just come along here and have a look. Our holy basil is taking off good. All the stuff that I cast out. More of it here, more here, more here, and here, and there, and here, and there. Yeah, it's everywhere. And the lemon verbena is starting to catch. Looks like they could use a little water, actually. I know they were just barely starting to get a root set out. And I probably should have given them a good soaking. I probably should have come here yesterday and given them a good soaking. But I just didn't make it up here yesterday. Tomatoes are doing well. I guess we'll look at the stuff that I staked up the other night. That looks a little bit more spiffy and nice. That sure feels a lot better to look at. And I guess if I can put the energy and focus into it this weekend, I should get some stakes together and get the rest of the tomatoes staked up. See how ambitious, energetic, etc. I feel. And we got a few ripe tomatoes coming on. Cherry tomatoes. Oh, and we were shy on calcium there. Little blossom end rot turned into a little more blossom end rot. So it looks like we should come back here and get some calcium sulfate down, and probably should increase water availability. Well, maybe this is actually birds pecking on them. That wouldn't surprise me either. Not really ripe yet. It is what it is. I thought I'd try it. But we have tomatoes coming on, and they're doing all right. I'm looking at how dry the soil is on top. And the same over here. And like I mentioned about the turmeric over here, I really should get some mulch down on this. That would dramatically change our soil moisture. And I really probably should not have disked this section next to it, because now I've peeled back that moisture support layer another 7 or 8 feet. But I just wanted to give a little more buffer there. And I was thinking about planting some more stuff in there, but with the Ford down again, I think I'm going to give up trying to plant anything else or cut any more soil this year. And I'm going to pull the Ford back and do whatever rebuild work needs to be done on it to get it fully functional, so that next year I can come out to the farm here and be productive. Hey, Chico. Hey, buddy. You and Felicia want a carrot? Would you like a carrot? Hey, buddy. Do you remember me? The carrots? Yeah. What's up, dude? Let me break it in half. All right. I'll have one with you. They're organic. They're pretty good. Nice and sweet. Where's Felicia? I got one for her. Where'd she go? Where'd she go, dude? Where'd she go? know, the flies are horrible this year, aren't they? That's a good carrot, huh? Nice and sweet. Yeah, they're good. That's candy. Hey, Felicia, you want a carrot? You want a carrot? Come on. You come have a carrot. Yeah. Come get one. You want a carrot? That's a lot of carrot, huh? That was a big one. You're losing some. Yeah. Don't have the rest of that. Oh. Oh. Still chilling? Oh. There you go. Alright. And Felicia's got one too. She gets one too. Here you go, Felicia. There you go, hon. That's for you. I saved one for you. I saved one for you too. Yeah. Happy Friday. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Cheers, man. Cheers. Even a little animal in your life. Brighten your day.